morning, everyone. Welcome to 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia, and I am with you with the area of CAIIB. And we are talking about ABFM today. And I'm continuing with the topic of the portion of staffing that we started in the last class. So I'm continuing with that further. Let's talk about it. As I told you, that staffing is a management of people. It's a concept of management of people now. We take care of people there. So when we talk about the functions of management, how are we working upon this? We are talking about the functions of staffing there, right? So when we talk about staffing, how does it work? Okay. When we talk about staffing now, how does staffing work exactly? When we talk about staffing, staffing is basically something which talks about fitting or getting the people to work. So it's 7, ma'am. I had a previous class, so I was just finishing it off. Okay. Now, if I talk about sources of recruitment, recruitment means that recruitment is a positive way of working. Why do we call it a positive way of working? Because in terms of recruitment, what happens is it is something where we are telling good amount of people that we have an opportunity coming up. The opportunity is really good, and we need to work upon that together. So, in terms of recruitment, recruitment is a positive process. We are letting people know that we have an opening and they should look forward to it. So, the various activities involved with the process of recruitment are given here. But before we move forward, it's a positive process, a process where everybody should apply for that particular job is the basic crux. That means if I tell you the job profile is this, you can get this much amount of money, this is how you can grow. That is what? It's a positive process. But how does this process start? First of all, we actually see the different sources of labor supply. From where can we get the labor? We will um, distribute the information that we have an opening in the world there. Number two, there should be a assessment of their validity. Whatever, whosoever is working, we would like to have a particular situation where they are applying for the job. If we told them about the job, they're also applying for it. That means we have got a good amount of choice. From that choice of people, we will choose the best one. So, choosing the most suitable source or sources is the point. Then, inviting applications from the prospective candidates. What we do here is we want them to apply for the job. So, what will we do? We will tell them all the benefits of applying for this particular job. So, if they know about the particular job, they will definitely be sorry interested in taking that particular job. That is sources of recruitment. Next point is what can be the internal sources. In terms of the internal sources, it can be transfers. See, if I am working in department A and I am transferred to department B, where we are taking up the person from one place to another. There's nothing else that is going on, right? So this is internal sources of recruitment. If you need a person here, let's take him from the next department. Then is promotion. If I was working at a junior position, the positions are A, B, and C. I was working earlier at position C. The person at B has left. So I get promoted to that position. That is what? This particular process is also a part of internal source of recruitment. So first of all, we recommend that the person who's already working there, he should be taken up, right? At the same time, if the promotion is there as a source of recruitment, demotion is also there. But demotion is basically a punishment for that particular person who he might have done something which cannot be changed, right? So such kind of punishments can be a part of demotions. Okay, now let's do a few questions there. Since in the last class we were dealing with pure theory, I'll be starting with a little practical today as well. Ranking, rating scale, checklist are the methods of transfer management, performance appraisal, promotion methods, or job description. See, if we rank people, we rate them in their jobs, and then at the same time, we have a checklist as well, right? So, is it basically transferring them? Is this a part of their performance appraisal or the promotional methods? See, when such a things happen, the ranking, rating scale, or the checklist, these are all a part of performance appraisal. We try to find out whether that particular person working with us is working in a satisfactory manner or not. If he's not going good, why would we put them into that particular job profile now? So in this case, the correct answer is B. Ma'am. Then next question. Policies are the guide to thinking in organizing, decision making, forecasting, or planning. Policies are what? These are basically internal blueprints, and we say, sir, this is how we work, right? We determine it. For example, if I say the retirement age is 60, what is it? If I say the retirement age is 60 years. So, is it basically organizing or decision making or forecasting or planning? It is basically planning. Policies are अच्छा नहीं ठीक है. It's a part of it is a, actually ना there's a point there. Policies is basically type of plan. Number one, it is a type of plan there, but because of the policies, they are a guide to thinking in decision making. See, if I see someone who's working in the organization and is turning 60 this year, so it helps us to decide whether the particular person is going to stay with us or is going to retire. If there is something where the organization states that after 45 days a trade period is over, that 45 days is what? It's a policies that are guide to thinking in whatever we are going to decide about the fate of that particular credit policy that we have done with, right? So policies are the guide to thinking in regarding decision making. Next point, the role of entrepreneur as a disturbance handler, allocator of resources, and negotiator's role are dash roles that the manager has to perform. The entrepreneur or the head of the organization is basically handling the disturbances. See, no organization is protected from the troubles. They face troubles. They have to allocate the resources to various people there as well. They are a negotiator as well. Whenever they feel that there is something going wrong, something going right, they have to follow this as well. So whatever roles they have, these are decisional, interpersonal, international, or none of the above. In this case, what he's doing is it's a decisional role. A manager has to perform three different roles. This is one of the things that has been given by Henry Mintzberg. Mintzberg has said that in terms of a manager's work, now, first of all, he has to go through the interpersonal role. First of all, he will, being a person, will discuss the work with another person, that is interpersonal. Then, informational role. See, if you ask someone and I answer it only, then I'll be a leader now. If I cannot answer you regarding the same, it is not good there, isn't it? So basically, the second point is informational role. Informational role is all about letting people know what to do, how to do. Excuse me. So in this case, if I talk about informational role, he's just letting people know how to work and what to work upon. The next point is decisional role. Under decisional role, what is happening? These people are going to get a particular way of working. So decisional role is all about making decisions regarding working. So there are four decisional roles that they are doing. Decisional means they take decisions. Entrepreneurs basically bring the change, they take the risk, they are disturbance handlers, they allocate the resources, and they are the negotiator as well. Acha, think about it. If I work in an organization and the organization has got two departments, Department A as well as Department B. Department A earns a lot for the organization. They might be earning 80 lakh uh, per a few days, maybe 3 to 4 days. For example, in terms of, let me give you an example. there was a petrol pump that I remember right now. That the sale of that petrol pump was near about 1 crore in around 2 to 3 days. To the 2 to 3 odd days, they used to make this much amount. Now, whether the more investment should be made in that particular petrol pump or a particular land or building, that will generate money, no doubt, but maybe less than what we are getting from that particular business. So basically, we will decide whether we want to stay in the business or we want to put this money somewhere else, right? So the point where we decide things. He can be a negotiator, he can be an allocator, he can be anything, but he is making decisions there. Next question. Know how and skill are the characteristics of which aspect of management? Management as an art, management as a profession, management as a science, or all of the above? Know how, everyone? Technical know how is basically if you have a specific skill. What are the characteristics of which of the management? Knowing something and having that particular skill. If I talk about being a doctor, I'll be having the knowledge and the skill base of a doctor then, right? So in this case, the correct answer would be what? It would be in terms of profession, we have a specific thing called uh, technical knowledge. This is technical. This is not technical. I was telling you about the technical know-how. This is normal know-how and skill. For example, dancing. If I keep on dancing for years, what will happen? I will become a better dancer. So in this case, the correct answer is management as an art itself, because the skills are developed over the period of time by practicing those skills every now and then. So once you work upon those skills every now and then, you become better about it. The answer here would be management as an art. It's not management as a profession. It would be professional if I talk about technical know-how. If I talk about how to be a doctor, if I talk about I am a dentist, so that is what, that is technical know-how. As a technical skill. Okay, next question. On the basis of importance of the contents, how can we define planning, corporate and functional planning, strategic and tactical planning, proactive and reactive planning, or formal and informal planning? If I talk about on the basis of contents, that means contents means the theoretical portion of that particular project, right? Corporate and functional is at the level of planning. That means higher level and lower level. Strategic and tactical, proactive and reactive is again environmental based. First of all, things happen only then we do it, or if we know that something's going to happen, then it is proactive. And in this case, the correct answer is strategic and tactical planning. In terms of strategic and tactical planning, Shazia ma'am, if I talk about formal and informal, na, formal means when you know what you are dealing with. Informal is when where you are not sure about that particular thing, and at the same time, if I talk about the informal planning, it arises out of the people there. If you and I are working together and you decide to do something or I decide to do something, that is informal, right? While if we are working towards a proper source of information, first of all, I started with the Gmail, my Gmail, I sent you a Gmail. That is how we are working. That is a formal planning way of that organization. Informal is where we are trying to talk to each other through, and informal means you can say where we are not bound to each other in the organization. Formal. Here the correct answer is strategic, tactical planning. Strategic means the strategies that we build based upon objective. First of all, the organization will always determine their objective, what they want to do. And when we talk about the tactical planning, this is the daily planning which helps us to achieve the objective, right? So, in this case, the correct answer is if we formulate an objective, from that objective we have a tactical plan. Tactical means a short term plan that we prepare. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Among the following, which technique is quantitative technique in decision making process? Delphi, brainstorming, decision tree, or none? In terms of quantitative technique decision making, quantitative means when we are sitting and taking the decisions. Then how are we taking the decisions? See, Delphi is basically senior managers sitting together having a word. They put up their reports, and whenever there's a disagreement they will again go through the discussions and do it again. Brainstorming is sitting together and thinking about new ideas. And decision tree is about we start working, right? Decision tree is if we had a, what if there can be a yes or a no. If there is a yes here, 20% chances that we can grow further up to this much, or we can face a loss up to this much. And then in terms of no, what will happen? We will not continue it further. What will happen and what will not happen? Those possibilities are prepared in the form of branches of a tree, which can be defined as decision tree method. So decision tree analysis is basically a graphic representation of the various alternative solutions that are being made. Right? Chali, so this is where I end my session. I'll be meeting you tomorrow at 7 a.m. again. So what you can do is if you're preparing for this examination, first thing first, let's talk about uh, the our organization first. If you're looking forward towards the JIB or CIB, then kindly hurry up because at this point of time we have our sales going on. Till the time the sale is going on, then you can look forward to our courses. Just go on to the area of Adda 24/7 on in the on the website or in the app. Thank you so much, ma'am. What you can do is let's look forward to the class. uh, Okay. So, if you're preparing for this examination, then all you need to do is you have to go on to the www.ada247.com. Go to the area of JIB and CIB. Go to the area of JIB Mahapack. At this point of time, Mahapacks is having double validity, right? So if the double validity is going on, what does it mean? If you take up the CIB car Mahapack, you will not get it for 6 months. You get it for 12 months. Number two, the test series has already been kept for you. There are almost 268 recorded videos which are available for you. 500 of live tests are also coming up in the upcoming time, and at the same time there are near about 40 ebooks, and we are still in the process and preparing all these things from scratch itself. So if you are preparing for this examination, what you need to do is you need not to hurry. All you need to do is you need to go and prepare through our website. You need to use the code Y541 and applied 81% of discount, that too 6 plus 6 month 12-month validity plus test series and everything else regarding this examination is covered here. That means the numerical part, the classes, the MCQs, the case studies, everything would be there for you at your disposal if you look forward to this particular batch, and that too for 7199. Technically, for 12 months, you are not even paying 1000 per month, right? So, what are we waiting for? So go ahead and check it out on our website or in our app for further details. If you're preparing for CIB, then definitely CIB Mahapack is the one for you, because there you don't have to buy multiple resources, one particular course, and you get everything in that one, right? So I'll be meeting you tomorrow at the same time at 7 a.m. Thank you.